Welcome, Aries. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Taurus reading. The full moon is in a few days away. It is a lunar eclipse, amplifying its energy of surrounding the event on the 28th of October. There are a lot of aspects going on, and we will include them as we move through this past, present, future reading centered around the lunar eclipse full moon energy. If you find that you're enjoying this reading, if you find it useful, please like it. Please comment below. If you're moved to do so, share with another as well. And subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the support that you give me in all the ways that you do. So let's get started with the overall energy for this reading. I have the Two of Wands. And Aries, this shows you very consolidated in your energy, in your expertise, in the sense of fulfillment, completion, in an experience, in a new skill development, in a new awareness or understanding of what you've been through, and using that energy to turn towards what is less known to you, what is less familiar, as you look at the world and how you're going to share this skill, this talent, this revelation with the rest of the world. So this is, in many ways, about moving forward, having the strength gained through a recent experience to be courageous in facing what you don't know and what you'd like to expand into or learn more about. In the past, we have the Six of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. And I turn them over in the way I do because this is the unknown energy. This is the past, and this is looking forward, how your energies in the past are impacting on the present moment. There's definitely the energy of moving on. There's definitely the energy of having manifested an opportunity to build something solid, to build something useful, of value to others, to pass through this experience towards a portal of opportunity, abundance, growth, something that you are now clear conceptually on what you want to manifest as a result of these experiences. Moving forward has taken you away from a childhood experience. It could be a trauma. It could be social conditioning in general. It can be a sense of belonging to a marginalized community, a group of people who you may associate or may be perceived as have-nots, not being privileged, or you in particular among this community could have been seen as less than capable in some way to do the thing that was required of you, to conform in the way that others expected. I do believe that having worked through that experience, becoming increasingly aware of the limitations that were that you perceived and absorbed as the way the world saw you, that was limiting, and eventually became the way you saw yourself, perhaps as limiting, but something that you needed to rebel from, something you needed to move away from. You rejected the sense of being rejected for who you were. And having moved through that, left that old paradigm behind, left that association, that community behind, you are now in a position to move on, not in many ways throwing out the baby, the bathwater with the baby, or the baby with the bathwater, but really taking those values and beliefs that you feel you engender that are appropriate for the world you want to live in, the experience you want to have, but moving forward nonetheless to a place of greater visibility, greater empowerment. In the present, we have the Eight of Cups. This is the Three of Wands, and this is the Seven of Swords. There's a lot going on here relevant to the sense of moving forward, planning your future. You are in a sort of conceptual, inspired place around this future as you have identified this challenge you want to accept, you want to move towards. Part of moving towards this and manifesting this new opportunity is leaving behind relationships. Doesn't mean that you're severing them, but you are separating yourself from an environment that kept you in a kind of thrall or obligation to relationships that may or may not have given back to you, but in which my sense is that you were very much a caretaker, very much in charge of some aspect of these relationships. Perhaps that's the role you assumed in having the courage to break away from the pact early on, that you are perceived as the one who directed the relationships in some way, ordered them, was responsible to keeping them organized, keeping everybody supported in their role. And you're leaving that behind because you're now understanding that that is not your job anymore. That's not your desired job. Your job now is to create something new. And moving forward, there is a lot of waiting on information that you've been seeking as you have. This is not your first creation, your first independent effort by any means. But what is at stake now is something a little more solid, something a little more tangible, something that quite possibly will outlive you and is tied up to your creative mission. This mission is tied to your creative expression, but you are holding back your sense of implementing this mission as you have been looking for more information, seeking appropriate collaborators, grooming perhaps friends or people you know as potential partners in this effort, and really looking at other kinds of models of things that you admire or possibilities for as you step through and manifest this opportunity for abundance, for growth, for stability and security on new terms, on the terms of your imagination, your creativity, the desire and to grow. This naturally has attracted a very mixed reception from not only your family, but from your friends. There are many who envy the position you're in, whatever position that is, or are afraid perhaps of your ideas, of the threat that you will no longer belong to the tribe or the team, that you can't be controlled by the criticism or negative feedback you receive from them. Their lack of belief in your vision is not an obstacle to you, but you do listen. You are not dismissive of the information that those who perhaps don't intentionally or maliciously mean to sabotage your programs, but do so in their lack of support, their lack of enthusiasm for something that makes you happy. And that has actually been deeply wounding to you throughout your life. And it's something that still hurts, but you've understood better that this is a reflection of their fears, not of their love for you. In the future, we have the Page of Wands. We have the Emperor card, and we have two cards, the Strength and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is really, in many ways, an accumulation of the skills that you've developed in your life. This is you, your long suffering sounds so tragic, and I don't mean it that way. I mean your continuous strength and courage, your willingness to share, support others, even as you understood that the same kind of love and support for you may not have existed, but you did it because you knew you were the stronger one. You've always known that. You've been the strong one. You've been the one who will step outside the box based on your conviction and desire for freedom and to express yourself, to not be bound by the requirements or the conventions or the needs even of others. However, you are at the same time supportive of the needs of others. And this is part of what has kept you in the background in many ways in the past. And you are still willing to be that mentor, that supporter, that to have that perseverance for a goal. But you are understanding that you have gained a lot of strength, a lot of maturity, a lot of the ability to understand a kind of emotional ambiguity that is the result of deep love for family, loved ones, friends, partners, and yet an understanding that your strength compels you to move beyond, to move forward in a way that they may not be able to follow. As a result of this beautiful strength that you're exhibiting, the world is really responding to you differently now. It's really providing the opportunity that you've manifested. It's kind of a good karma thing, so that this is the opportunity that you are now prepared and willing to build upon. No matter what your age is, this is your destiny meeting you, meeting your efforts, your karma, remembering why you're here and the work you came to do and how important it is that you build on this opportunity you've manifested. You build something that has meaning for you. In other news, you are enthusiastic and happy about this new movement forward, this growth, this desire and willingness to be a beginner, to start fresh. You're not starting over by any means, but you are starting fresh. You're excited and inspired by the opportunities that you see, that you recognize the truth you're grasping, and overall the sense that you are clear about what you control and what you do not. You're no longer expending energy directing the emotional experiences of others. You are now clear about your own resources, your own desires, your own needs, and you're clear that you can manage those on your own terms. In fact, this awareness, as a result of many experiences, a lot of maturity, a history of making things happen, you have gained this ability to strategize on behalf of your own successes, but also understanding this thing you're building, this mission you're meeting at this time, requires you to provide success, opportunities for growth on behalf of others for whom you represent, for whom you work, for whom you're creating this mission, this opportunity for. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Cups in the present with the King of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, a repeat here. I'm really liking this because I'm seeing you really recognize and own your desire for success, your desire to complete a mission, to complete your stability and security on your own behalf, understanding that leading this mission, leading this effort that you've manifested is about the ultimate generosity for you. which is the explicit modeling of how you're able to accomplish this so that others can understand and find your experience of success accessible to them, something they can understand, something they can emulate. This is important for perhaps members of your family, your extended family, be they your chosen family, your friends and loved ones. Your achieving this success is important for them. You're making it accessible and doable for them. You're also continuing to stay in your exploratory phase of building this expression. If this is a personal expression, a creative vision or project, you are taking the steps to find the mentors, the teachers, the editors, the gallerists, the choreographers, the companies, the musicians, the producers that can help you nurture this vision, nurture this growth, while you recognize that your success is assured because of your clarity of purpose and your vast experience manifesting things on behalf of others, for others, your long history of caretaking others, supporting them, the strength and maturity you've gained along the way so that the universe is joining you as you put out the feelers for what it is you know you need to build this thing. I hope this reading has been helpful to you during this full moon time. For you, Aries, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's much appreciated. Whoa, that's going to flip. There we go. I'm going to take the one on top, which is judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And the judgment card is resonating for me with the judgment tarot card, which is about your ultimate awareness, your complete alignment with your superconscious, your mission, the purpose in returning to Earth. For many of you, the purpose in being on Earth, the mission you're here to accomplish, and the awareness that despite perhaps the many opportunities you've had to address this, to complete this opportunity, now your awareness gives you the skill and the foresight to know how to bring this to a success. And finally, I'm going to pull a Language of the Flowers oracle for you. And I have pulled the geranium. And the key word is virility. Shake it up a little. You've got this. Underneath is heart's ease. The key word is compassion. Tread a little more tenderly. I'll leave you with that, Aries, and hoping that this is helpful. Until next time, namaste.